guys like Islam that could do everything, and Umar. This is the difference.
Yeah,
right.
True.
Islam is scary standing up. Like in the beginning of his career, he was really good at wrestling, not as good at standing up, but now he's just as good at standing up. When you KO Volkanovski like that, you know, and then you choke out Dustin Poirier like that guy, that's the full thing.
Gonna be very big night for us. 18 January, again fight Umar for the title. Islam defending his belt. I cannot be. I have to be here, but I don't like it.
How long you stay here for the whole camp? Damn.
40 days.
40 days. Shit.
I don't like this, but I have to be.
Would you make the sacrifice for your brothers? I mean, he's one of the best in the world. Probably right now, pound for pound. He has a great team around him. Silver medalist. You got wrestling, you got a Muay Thai champion. You got so many good guys around him. So, and you know, you have Khabib overseeing everything. I mean, he's getting his hands right now, about to do some stand-ups. And then it's kind of cool to see like how they're doing their training. Islam's fucking good, Umar's good, they're all fucking good. I mean, you can tell when you watch them fight, they're well-rounded, right? Like, they're good on the feet, they're good on the ground, they got a great submission game, they got great jiu-jitsu, heady hips,
Yes.
I'm not surprised because this guy talk about rematch all his life.
I'm the best in this division.
I don't remember this, maybe third time or fourth time UFC give him chance to fight with me and he say no. I know after the UFC told me we give you opponent after UFC 300. But in my opinion, I know if Arman beat Oliveira, he never took this fight. Never take this fight.
This is how good Islam is, right? Because up until this moment, when Charles Oliveira finished Justin Gaethje, he just beat him up and dropped him on the feet and then submitted him on the ground. People were thinking, there's no one that can challenge Charles. Charles is at such an elite level. Islam beats him so soundly that now you're like, I don't even know if it makes sense for Charles to fight him again.
Yeah, that's insane.
How that?
For sure, he's the best fighter in our division, and he defend his title a couple of times. And I'm so excited for this fight, and can't wait to be a champion.
It's not first rematch for me. I don't like the rematches, but you know, I told you, he's a real contender, and I don't have any options. If I see the rankings, now he's a contender, and I will defend my belt.
February 18th at the Intuit Dome in Los Angeles, California. It will be headlined by the pound-for-pound #1 ranked fighter in the world and lightweight champion Islam Makhachev, taking on #1 contender Arman Tsarukyan. Makhachev has defeated every opponent he has faced for almost a decade and is on a 14-fight win streak. His last 4 wins have all come in title bouts over former world champions, with 7 of his last 8 coming by finish. Tsarukyan has an impressive record of 22-3 and is coming off a win over former champion Charles Oliveira and a performance of the night win over Beneil Dariush. Since that time, both of these guys have a combined record of 18-1. This is such a badass main event.
Arman and Islam, who do you fancy in that one?
I fancy Islam. He has evolved a lot over the last couple fights. He's going to get the takedown. If he does get the takedown, I think he can get the submission. And obviously he showed against Poirier that he's something to be reckoned with on the feet these days. So I think Islam gets the job done, and I don't think it's...
That's crazy. Look at the size difference of Arman and Islam.
Yeah, Arman's so skilled, bro.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be crazy if Arman's champ.
Arman's first fight in the UFC was fighting Islam short notice, and he fought him arguably better than anybody's fought him up until Dustin last night. So I would give it to
Islam Makh will defend his lightweight title against Arman Tsarukyan in UFC 31, but the rumored fight between Islam and Ilia Topuria is already generating buzz in the MMA community. The officials have not confirmed the fight, and Islam Makh has not expressed interest in it, but fans are excited to see these two talented fighters clash in 2025. MMA professionals have also offered their opinions on the possible bout between the lightweight champion and the UFC's top boxer, Ilia Topuria. Khabib Nurmagomedov responded to Toa's decision to face Islam Makh by moving up in weight class. He feels that Ilia Topuria is not yet prepared to take on a formidable opponent like Islam, especially in the 155-pound weight class. Khabib says that Ilia should first defeat other fighters before considering taking on Islam Makhachev because he is not yet ready to do so.
Topuria. He said, you know what, I want to go up to 155 pounds, fight the #1 contender, and then if he wins that, then he fights Islam. I think that's good, brother. I think he deserves.
I think if he move up and he beat somebody like Dustin Poirier or Charles Oliveira, he's next. Why not? Because there is no...
According to former lightweight champion Khabib Nurmagomedov, Islam has already provided fighters from lower weight class divisions with numerous opportunities. Khabib believes that it is unjust to Islam to constantly urge him to wrestle against fighters from the lower weight division. Instead, he should be given the opportunity to do it against superior opponents. For this reason, Khabib does not want Islam to give a fighter who is not in his weight class another chance.
I think right now, Ilia deserves a shot at 155 pounds.
Without fighting in 155? Without, no, I don't agree. Because Islam already give chance. And people talk bad about, like, oh, he fight 2 times with Volkanovski. But the UFC pushed this fight. And this fight was good in first fight. But why Islam have to give 3 times chance for 145 champion? Why? It's not fair for 155 pound.
Right, but
if he move up and he beat somebody like Charles Oliveira...
Before being given the chance to face the current lightweight champion, Khabib has made it clear that Ilia Topuria must defeat a few other fighters in this division. In the interim, Khabib also predicted that Topuria is a skilled fighter and that, in his opinion, she could be a formidable opponent for Charles Oliveira. If the two were to face each other, Khabib stated, "You know what? I think Topuria can beat him." Additionally, the coach of Islam Makhachev in a recent interview, Javier Mendez, expressed no interest in fighting Ilia Topuria. Para's goal of facing the lightweight champion is dashed by Javier, who has stated that they are not currently considering such a match. The main reason for this appears to be the two boxers' disparate weights. Despite his lackluster performance in the lightweight division, Ilia has decided to advance and compete against Islam for the 155-pound title. Mendez responded to Ilia Topuria's decision by saying, "I think it's wonderful that he's motivated. He's a champion for sure, and he's proving it." He also said that he's gaining weight, and his coach claimed that he weighs 187 pounds, which is incredible. According to Mendez, Islam is currently preparing for his bout with Arman Tsarukyan, and he has no interest in taking on a boxer from a lower weight class division at this time. Javier Mendez included Islam. "I don't think Islam has ever been..."
Tell me you wouldn't be interested in Ilia versus Islam. God, I mean, Islam is quite a bit bigger, but I feel like Ilia's skill level is just so high. Obviously, so is Islam. So that could be a potential super fight here in a few years if those guys keep...
Alexander Volkanovski expressed his thoughts on the possible fight between Islam and Ilia. According to legend, Islam is currently one of the best fighters in the lightweight division, but he said that no one should undervalue Ilia Topueria's punching power because he can knock anyone down with a single blow. He possesses the strength, aggression, and fortitude needed to become a powerful fighter and defeat someone like Islam Makhachev. Earlier, Ilia Topuria openly challenged Islam Makhachev for a fight in the 155-pound weight class, saying he would make Islam suffer. Despite knowing Islam was the lightweight champion and a top fighter, Topuria believed